Welcome to the SALT Sideline Report. I am Leanna Haakons, and we are here at SALT New York with Tina Byles Williams, the CEO and CIO of Xponance. Welcome.
Happy to be with you.
Tina, you were speaking on a panel today at SALT about ESG and impact investing. Xponance is a huge firm, $14 billion under management of ESG impact investing and lots of interesting things that, as another woman in finance, I'm very interested in. You are a powerhouse in what you do. Tell us about your panel today and what some of your key takeaways were.
So, it was a very diverse panel in terms of we had bankers, different investment managers from sort of different parts of the space. And I thought that the common theme was the need for better data and technology methods to sort of better analyze the data. The other, I learned an interesting term today. We talked about greenwashing, but I learned the term woke washing, which I think, as I told the moderator, I'm definitely going to use. But it's really about the maturation of the ESG and impact space. And as standards develop, that sort of threshing floor of separating the wheat from the chaff, if you will. And the fact that, now we're seeing activism in the space, which is in some ways underscores the fact that there's alpha to be gained. And that's essentially what our firm is about, that, diversity is an alpha driver.
Absolutely. And I know that given that you do believe that diversity is an alpha driver, you have a recent launch at Xponance, which is very exciting. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so it's an extension of our franchise into private markets, which we are doing jointly with InvestCorp, a global alternatives firm. And the notion is, again, in this kind of along the theme of double bottom line investing, that where we, through private markets strategies, provide staking or GP investing, acceleration capital, and seeding to diverse and woman-led GPs as they in the mid-market space. And so these are folks that are on their first and second fund and have shown sustainability and bottom line that they know what they're doing. And so we're providing a means for them to expand, diversify their business, and grow. And so recently, actually this morning, Institutional Investor did a lovely article focusing on that platform.
And it's really nice to see that there is firms and funds that are actually investing and creating real change in the industry now, where a lot of the greenwashing and the woke washing are terms that are being used, but we are starting to see big changes. And as someone who has decades of experience in this industry, what is some of the areas of change that you are seeing the most and you're most proud of, maybe at Xponance as well, that you are participating in that change?
Yeah. So the areas are that we are moving beyond the surface. ESG, for example, if you had said ESG 3 years ago, the focus would have been on the sort of top line ESG ratings, and you sort of form a fund or a product geared towards the low ratings, and presto, you have an ESG strategy. And I think now there's a little more sophistication around that as to what those ratings mean. There's also more sophistication around the S part of the ESG, where there are data sources that are now available. And so we're incorporating kind of more bespoke data sources, bespoke research into our strategies. The other thing that I'm excited is to, again, extend it to private markets, because there is research that would suggest that diverse GPs have an asymmetric alpha advantage in the sense that they have differentiated networks and they have a proprietary access to under-research, under-invested segments of the market. And so, again, it's kind of this notion of it's not a nice to have, it's an alpha driver that happens to be transformative along the way.
Well, we are very excited to see more from Xponance and the transformative investments that your firm is making. You are a change maker in ESG and impact, so we really appreciate you being here.
Pleasure.